So everybody, hey, it's getting full inside. Folks are starting to show up. Hey, welcome back to Constructive Talks, and I guess what? I got the one and only Miss Sabrina. So what brings you, let everybody know who you are and what you do, and what brings you here today. Thank you.
My name is Sabrina Kelly. I am the founder of the Global Sister Speaks Network. Of course, I'm also in the film and entertainment industry. I'm also a life and marketing coach, and TV, radio, all of those platforms I've been privy to. And as I say, those experiences has allowed me to bring women like Kim's vision to light. So as I always say, my assignment is to make sure you remember yours.
Wow, one of the cool things about remembering your own is you do it on purpose. If you want to remember, you make sure you shape it so it's worth remembering.
Yes, sir.
All right. So what are some things that, now Kim, let everybody know a little bit about Kim, because she can't speak for herself. Right?
Yeah. Kim, but we're going to make sure she does.
That's Kim right there, everybody. She put flowers around our feet.
Sure. But see, this is one facet. Let me just say this about Kim. I met her parents before I met Kim, and then I met Kim and saw how gifted and talented she was. And she will be okay with me saying this, that she had pretty much neglected, I'll use that word, neglected what you're going to see here tonight, which is her gifts and talents.
She's really good.
And my organization, we had our annual ball, Lee, and Kim, because I've been watching her, and here we are, right? She was awarded the LEAP, L-E-A-P award. Okay. Because she, and so here we are now.
Correct.
And she's been doing that. So I'll even talk about that when I introduce what we're going to see. And she had to do that. She's been sort of, sitting around and not sure if she should leap. And that award and the work I saw, what she was doing, and then here we are. So this was all in her home, as I say, taking up space and dust. And tonight, we're going to see all that this woman has and have, as I say, just been keeping to herself. So I said, Kim, today you're going to be selfish with your gifts. You're going to be selfish with your talent, unapologetically.
One of the things that you mentioned is that if you have something and folks that are not striving to be, and you see them and they're humbled and they're servant, they get in there and they help folks and they do it in a quiet voice, not trying to get out front. But a lot of times those are the folks that are so gifted that we have to get them out there for the world to see them.
Yeah, and you know what? She's also, her artwork have also been displayed at other platforms, and that got her out even more. And look, I was just telling one of the other global sisters that a lot of her sisters are here to support her. And I say, you see this is Kim. This is not me. That's Kim.
100%.
Right, Lee? You
100%.
see what's inside. And
time.
You're going to bring this all to light.
That's right.
Once you're finished with your production. And it looks kind of effortless, right? But I know the audience who had never seen her work will get to experience today. You know.
Yeah.
So, and thank you for, even with your expertise and professionalism, you've came and done my event.
Yes.
And you took, as I said, my little old vision, and I can't imagine how this is going to look when you finish your production as well. So we're just so happy and to be here to see where and how far Kim will go. As I always say as a coach, I am here to stretch you, right? To abundance. And this is just one of many more that she will have for the world to see. So grateful and thankful.
I appreciate your time. I know you have to get back in here and take care of things. Everybody, Sabrina, let everybody know where to get you from.
So Sabrina Speaks, that's Sebrena Speaks on Instagram, and of course Sabrina Sumra Kelly on Facebook. And you're going to hear more about the Global Sister Speaks Network. You can find that group. It's a private group, Global Sisters Speak Network on Facebook.
Hey everybody, tune in, read the description below, and I look forward to seeing you comment in the remarks section. Take it easy, and I really appreciate it, Sabrina. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Lee. Thank you so much, and great seeing you again.
I know, right?
All right, let's go make some magic.
Boom. All right. Thank you.
All right, good evening, everybody. On this beautiful Saturday afternoon,
My name is Sabrina Summer Kelly. I will be your MC, also moderator, and I think a host of other titles that she gave me. So welcome, 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 everybody, to be in the midst of what you see before you, Jonquille Art. We know her as Kimmy. And of course, let me just talk a little bit about her and brag about her. I am the founder of the Global Sister Speaks Network, and Jonquille, aka Kimmy, is also a member of that organization. I met Kimmy's parents first, and then I met her at the Guyana Association of Georgia. And we knew she's talented, but I'm going to also be transparent and very objective about what I say, because a lot of people don't realize your gifts and your talents, excuse me, and we tend to neglect them and forget about them and have them collect dust. As an empowerment speaker, I always say my assignment is to remind you of yours. And today you're going to see that display. You've seen it physically, but you're going to go on this journey with Kimmy and what she loved to do. Some of you all know that, many of you don't. And so the organization, Global Sister Speaks, we had our annual ball. And I took it upon myself to kind of watch the ladies in the group. And I came up with these awards. And one was called the LEAP Award. And Kimmy was afforded that award. And today you're seeing how she leaped right into her vision, into her passion, and everything you see before you. Now, she will be the first to say, you know, I'm not a great talker. That, right? See? I don't, you know, that's not me. But she may not think she's a great talker, but the Global Sister Speaks telling you that this is where she speaks right now, as you see the display. So the word speak, when I talk to the ladies, it's not literally speaking. It's who you are. Your community, your love of, your passion, and all those things that make you a woman. And so this is what you're seeing before you today. So she gave me a bio, but I did wanted to speak that about her because I know her personally. As I say, I've stretched her, and others have. And so we are going to just say a little bit more about her bio, about her. So, of course, Jonquille, who truly embodies the essence of her namesake, a vivid golden daffodil, with a name rooted in the French term for golden flower. She radiates a luminous personality and flourishes across diverse areas of life. As a creative force, Jonquille seamlessly navigates between her imaginative realm and the tangible world, harmonizing dreams with concrete action through her innovative spirit and determination. This remarkable mixed media artist, author, and philanthropist founded Jonquille Arts to promote well-being through art and holistic practices. Her humanitarian efforts include co-founding the Celebrate Our Children Foundation, volunteering with community organizations, and serving as Health and Wellness Director for the Stewart Foundation. Many of you know that foundation. In everything she does, Jonquille demonstrates how creativity, wellness, and social responsibility can intertwine to create meaningful impact. So, let's first start with prayer. We're going to call our dear friend, and I met this young lady a long time ago, and I didn't know her and I share Kim as friends. So, Dr. Tiffany Pringle, can you come up and start off in prayer? Thank you so much. It's good seeing you again.
Of happiness, we are here to celebrate your daughter, your gifted daughter, Kim. We thank you, Lord, for the gifts that you allowed to come through her as they are evidence of who you are in her. We thank you, God, for all the pieces that she have bestowed upon our eyes on today. Lord, you knew who she was before she was formed, and you have created her to be the woman that you called her to be. And today we celebrate with her because we know that April 1st, she will also be celebrating her birthday and year. We thank you for the years that you have given her. We thank you for the call that you put on her life. We thank you for the assignment that you've assigned to her hand. And we thank you for the friendships and the kinships that is in this room today. And Lord, we ask that you bless each and every person that is in the building who came to support your daughter. And we ask that you bless Kim and her family in abundance, that everything that she touches shall be what you have it to be in abundance. And we praise your name for this day that you have ordained in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Dr.
So we're going to call up her beautiful daughter, one of her beautiful daughters. Adia George, can you come up? And she's going to deliver a song for us. And many of you know when we launched Global Sisters Speak, Adia did a beautiful song for the Global Sisters. So may you enjoy her beautiful voice.
Hello, good evening, everybody. Good evening. Thank you so much for coming to my mother's event and seeing her beautiful art. I know that she said that she'll be speaking on peace, and I invite you to open your hearts and worship with me as I sing this song. May your struggles keep you near the cross. May your troubles show that you need God. May your battles in the way they should. May your bad days prove that God is good. May your whole life prove that God is good. So may your struggles keep you near the cross. May your troubles show that you need God. May your battles in the way they should. May your whole life prove that God is good. May your bad days prove that God is good. Does anybody just need God on our bad days to give us peace? We rely on Him every time we're confused, every time we need, we're in need. I pray on bad days prove that God is good. May your struggles keep you near the cross. May your bad days prove that God is good. May your bad days prove that God is good. Thank you.
So Kim, she's such a visionary. Her program is so very intentional, as you'll see. So in this segment, we're going to be talking about, our first spotlight will be one of our exhibitors. I'll be calling her up. She's also one of our Global Sisters. And so we are about showcasing healing. And this young lady is all about that with her business and her vision. And we know her as the Lady Moss Boss, the Sea Moss Lady.
And that's because sea moss is so nutrient dense that once you take it, whatever you're missing, now your body starts to react. Your body starts to feel better, if you will. It's helping to flush the mucus out of your body. And we all know that the mucus in our bodies is what's holding on to all sorts of things that ail us. You have to know
that you're on a journey of pain, you're on a journey of triumph, you're on a journey of all the things that you see our art displays, as you will see. So this next segment, she calls it Hurt and Pain. You know, when you have a vision, as you all know, everybody will not get it right away. And if one person says yes, that's good enough. That's good enough. So Miss Allison Gray-Zandy, can you come up?
First, I'm going to try not to cry.
I cry with you.
But it's tears of joy. So it's not anything else but that. I feel the love in here. And it started with Sabrina just being so beautiful, so kind, so embracing. And with her organization, all the women, all the sisters that are part of it have been so welcoming, so beautiful, so inspiring. And I just want to say thank you. Again, thank you also to my cousin Kim. I appreciate you and I honor the woman that you are. You're so beautiful, so kind, so humble, yet you are so powerful. And I appreciate you. And my product is called the Calming Spray Cleanser. And it actually started out with my mom. I have a picture at the table of her. He said, take your alcohol spray, take your essential oils, blend them together, make a spray, clean your hands, but then smell the essential oils so you can calm you down.
I'm going to pose a couple of questions. If you're comfortable, feel free to raise your hand. And if you want to indulge, we would love that. If you want to share, where have you found strength in that unexpected place?
I'll share because it was not a place that I thought it would be from. It was when my grandmother passed away. I could literally feel a level of strength that I didn't have before. It was as if she transferred that energy to me. I literally felt invincible. And I don't know if it was because I was the oldest grandchild that had to take care of everything during her passing. But when I tell you it was a remarkable feeling, I would have never imagined strength coming in the midst of losing a loved one. So that's why I say it would be aligned to your question.
How has your story empowered you or others? Okay, please do. Okay, where did you find strength in that unexpected place? Thank you so much.
I go to our International Bible Study every Monday, and over 20 years I'm going there. But lately I was going through some difficult situation with my health, and they give you a sheet to answer questions. We're doing Revelations. So every week we have a sheet to answer the questions, okay? So everybody answer the question in their own way. But the thing about it, I could answer the question and somebody else would answer the question in a different way. But what gives me the strength? Sometimes I'm down, but when we sit down together and we interact with one another, it makes me feel so good. And there is where I get my strength. Thank you.
Thank you for that.
Okay, so I have had a very interesting life journey, right? And I've experienced all kind of things that we as women will go through, and maybe not some. But in my work now, what is interesting is that I'm a social worker. And I started working as a case manager, develop a program for women that I initiated. So when women come into my class, I work for DFACS, just to get a little bit deeper. A lot of these women, their kids are taken away from them, and they're facing a whole lot of different trials and tribulations of life. And they're told, you have to take a parenting class, right? And you're trying to pay the light bill and figure out how you're going to eat. And the last thing you want to hear is someone telling you you need to take a parenting class. So when these women get to me, they come into the class very defensive. They don't want to be there. I have to hunt them down the whole nine. However, when we start class and I open my mouth and I say, I too have experienced being unhoused. I have experienced domestic abuse. I've experienced insecurities and not knowing myself and not loving myself. I have my traumas and I share my story in depth with them. It allows them then to receive the lessons, right? And be empowered to take the journey to then help themselves to get to the next level. And that's how I never thought that my life journey will bring me to this place where I can help these women. I always, you see yourself in your story. Oh, poor me, there's nothing to me. I never knew my poor me journey is now empowering other ladies to say, you can come out on the other side of poor me.
Yes.
So when you talk about your story helping others, about 20 years ago, I decided to write my own autobiography of my life. And although I was in my 20s, I still had a pretty big story to tell because of the things I had experienced at a very young age. And my book is entitled Dare to Be a Diamond. And I used this book to help young girls and women who were experiencing abuse as a child, as well as women who hadn't figured out, their behaviors and how it affects their children. And not long ago, I had came up to this conclusion that I was not going to promote my book any longer because that was a phase of life and I've moved on. When I wrote the book, I went through this healing process, and I'm glad I wrote it when I wrote it, because I don't think now I would be able to remember all the details that I included in the book. But every time I give that book or someone purchases it, they come back and say, your book was so powerful I couldn't put it down. Or I cried, or it helped me to forgive or remember. And the day that I said I wasn't going to put it out there because it's so long ago, and I'm headed to 50, you all. And I get a call asking for the book. I got a call out of the blue that said, I need at least 12 copies of your book so that I can share with the young girls that I'm working with now. So to your question, here I was with this that God had given me to share, made a decision that wasn't mine to make, that is still helping other people.
Yes, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
First of all, thank you so much for being here. And like I had said before when we were setting up, I would not have been able to do this without my friends, my sisters, my family. So again, I'd like to say publicly, I appreciate every single one of you, and also those that always come out to support me. My mom is not here today. If she was in better spirits, feeling better, she definitely would be here. She's always here. So again, thank you. And thank you for sharing your stories, those that have shared. Each one of us have something that resonates with each other. We are all connected. We're all connected. So I just want to say that with me, I don't speak a lot, but I am learning how to open my mouth. Because I do a lot on paper. I pour my emotions in my art, as you could see, and I interpret them in my own way, but art is for those that behold it. Art is for those that behold it. So, say for instance, I am looking at this image right here where you see, when I did it, I saw dancing, I saw freedom, but someone may see a transition from joy to pain or from pain to joy. If you look at the kaleidoscope with the glasses, some may see joy as well, radiating, and some may see that that person is hiding something. So each one of them, it's in, when you see it, what you're feeling and how you have interpreted. But for me, each one of them speaks of joy, pain, transition, renewed joy, searching for peace, loving myself, and being surrounded by not just family, but by the Spirit of God as well. So I just wanted to be able to share with you what I do, who I am, a little bit of who I am, and also that Tuesday's my birthday. And I have come a long, long way. Yeah. And like some of us here have been through trials and tribulations and trauma. And some of us don't realize that something could have happened while you were in your mom's womb that was traumatic, and you still carry it, but you don't realize that you're carrying it. And sometimes when you get as old as I am, or even older, then you start to, why am I doing this? Why am I feeling this way? And it may stem from something from back then, or something that happened when you were in your childhood. So this is really for us to talk about or think about. If you don't want to talk about it today, that's fine. But just to think about, how do we deal with it? Where did it come from? And how do we move forward from here? And I believe that even if we feel joy, some part of that is sadness at times, pain at times. And some people may feel joy all the time, although I can't imagine. Or that's just what I see on social media, claiming that they're joyful all the time. But just for us to be able to share or think about, yes, this is going on, and how do we move on from this point to get to the next, and then today, what I thought about is I would like my story to be able to help someone else. Not just for me. I could be selfish and say, I'm doing this for me, and I just want to, be whole. But it really is for all of us, and I don't see the point in not being able to help each other, because we all do need each other at some point in our lives. So, thank you.
said what she said. Where she found it, some of us tend to feel it should be in some places of excellence already. You will find it in the places that you're not even looking.
Hey everybody, hey, welcome to Constructive Talks TWIGtv. We're here at a wonderful event, and I found this lovely lady walking in to go have a blast. Actually, it's a lot of good stuff going on inside. Yes. So let everybody know who you are and what brings you here today.
My name is Shauna Lee. I am my business is Modeling Motherhood. I focus on young mothers between the ages of 18 and 35, educating, empowering, and elevating them, giving them opportunities to know that they can thrive, not just survive.
So how does anyone get in contact with you if they see you on this video, for one, but also folks that are going to be inside and they're going to watch the video just in case they didn't get your information?
So it's on Facebook, I am Shauna Halley Lee, HALLEYLEE, and on Instagram, I am Euphoria Speak Travel. But what brought me here today is Kim.
There you go. See, hey, good stuff. Kim, yeah. Okay.
What brought me today is Kim. I've known Kim now for about over a year, and I was introduced to her to Sabrina. Mm-hmm. And Kim is a quiet storm.
Ooh,
she's a quiet storm because she doesn't say much, but if you are around her long enough, you can see magic happening. And today we are here to really celebrate her with her artwork. That's just some of what she can do.
Wow, and
that's a lot.
And she has so many pieces and she made those from stuff.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. I had a chance to walk around the gallery. She have it set up so perfectly. I had a chance to walk around the gallery and I was just drawn in by the detail. I mean, one picture I had to lean in because I'm like, what did she do that
with? Exactly.
So I'm excited to hear the rest of the program. It hadn't started yet, but I'm looking forward to hear what else she's going to say about each unique piece, because they are each individually they are unique.
You know, you say that, and I say this about Kim. Man, she works hard silently, and she supports silently as well with hard work, right?
Yes, she does. She shows up. You know, she's not a person that just, because she's quiet doesn't mean she won't show up. She will show up quietly and do what she needs to. You know, you can see her moving. And when her work is done, you know she's been there.
100%. So is there anything else you want to say to the folks out there before you go back inside?
Well, I hope you guys can come out and see us. We are at 4635 Flat Shoals Parkway, Decatur, Georgia. If you are in the neighborhood, this is an opportunity you don't want to miss. So come on out and support Kim, Black-owned business, art, creativity. We know what all that means. You know, it's not enough for us to be intellectually I have book knowledge, but we must be creative. That's an expression that is not talked about enough.
And one of the things I always say, you're either creating or consuming.
Yes. Oh, I love that. Can I borrow that?
You may.
Yes, you heard that, right? Say it again. Please
You're either creating or consuming.
Right.
I don't think it's a middle ground.
No.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, well, enjoy yourself inside. Have a blast and look forward to seeing you. Hey, everybody. Somebody else is coming up next.
Thank you.
All right, you take it easy. Oh, yeah.
That I think it will tell you of your own strength and that you are one with it. And you are not looking over here at your sister and say, oh, she's got all of this going on. And maybe that's where mine will be. You will never, ever have the same. And it will catch you off guard. You know, they tend to say, with the things we're experiencing right now in our communities and life, guess what are born? Millionaires, innovators, people that you never thought you will see a year from now because they made history in the middle of turmoil. So I love this question.
Okay,
yes.
Here you go. This is wonderful stuff going on inside.
Yes.
Kim is having another wonderful event. So what brings you here today?
Well, Kim is one of my artist colleagues, and she's very talented. And I love her poetry. She got a lot to offer, and she's a wonderful person.
So you make art as well.
Yes,
Let
I
everybody know what you do and how to get in contact with you, okay? And your name.
Okay, my name is Donna London.
Okay.
And I'm a fine artist. And, you know, me and Kim be running the same circles, do some exhibitions together. We're going to be doing one in May.
Okay.
That she invited me to.
Okay.
And I'm just freelance and I do it online.
So what's your
website?
There you go.
Yes, it's Don Janelle, DonJanelle.com, and there you can see all of my art. You know, I do various type of art.
Okay.
I've been a cosmetologist for forever.
Okay. Hey, that's long enough, right?
And a seamstress. So what I do.
A seamstress as well.
Yes.
Wow.
So my art is a combination of my skills, my cosmetology skills, and my seamstress skills, all rolled into one, and I bring it to the canvas live.
So everybody listen, that's what we do here at Constructive Talks and TWIGtv. We find those folks that voices may not get heard, but a lot of times those voices are very talented.
Yes. I do it for the passion, just because I love it. And I'm going wherever it's taking me.
Yeah, and you know what? We're rooting for you. That's one thing we're going to do. We're going to root for you, and everybody out there, read the description below, and you'll get her information so you can visit her website. And you already know you're going to visit Kim's website. Yeah. So
I also call it art from the heart because that's where I do it from. But that's where it starts, in my heart.
Okay.
I do it passionately from my heart. Whatever comes to my head, you know. I do not conform to the norms of society where art is concerned, because art is art, you know. As you can see in Kim's art, she has her style. I have my style. We just bring it to the canvas.
So you probably had read my book yet. You talking just like I write.
Really?
I have to let you. Yes.
Yeah, but I gotta. What's the name of your book?
It's My Bubble Opinion and Fixing the Unbroken Me. Because we're not broken.
No, we're
the
not.
things we follow.
Yes.
The people we follow are broken.
Right.
Those systems that they try to place upon us to follow.
Right. I gotta check your book out.
Yeah, that's cool. So is there anything else you want to say to the folks out there before you go inside? Hey, I snatched her outside, everybody, just so you know, because she said she was going to interview earlier. Yes. So is there anything you want to close out with, inspirational?
I would just like people to check out my art.
Okay.
At www.donjanelle, DonJanelle.com, and there you'll have all my information and all my various forms of art.
Okay, everybody, you heard that. Check her out, and thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye. Tell them bye. All right, later.
How has your story empowered you or others? Oh, she wanted, okay, please do. Where did you find strength in that unexpected place? Thank you so much.
I go to our International Bible Study every Monday, and over 20 years I'm going there. But lately I was going through some difficult situations with my health, and they give you a sheet to answer questions. We're doing Revelation. So every week we have a sheet to answer the questions, okay? So everybody answer the question in their own way.
Yes.
But the thing about it, I could answer the question and somebody else would answer the question in a different way. But what gives me the strength? Sometimes I'm down, but when we sit down together and we interact with one another, it makes me feel so good.
Yes.
And there is where I get my strength.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you for that. Outstanding. All right. Okay, go ahead, Sophia. To the second. All right, the one with sharing your story and empower others? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I have had a very interesting life journey, right? And I've experienced all kind of things that we as women will go through, and maybe not some. But in my work now, what is interesting is that I'm a social worker. And I started working as a case manager, develop a program for women that I initiated. So when women come into my class, I work for DFACS to just get a little bit deeper. A lot of these women, their kids are taken away from them, and they're facing a whole lot of different trials and tribulations of life. And they're told you have to take a parenting class, right? And you're trying to pay the light bill and figure out how you're going to eat. And the last thing you want to hear is someone telling you you need to take a parenting class. So when these women get to me, they come into the class very defensive. They don't want to be there. I have to hunt them down the whole nine. However, when we start class and I open my mouth and I say, I too have experienced being unhoused. I have experienced domestic abuse. I've experienced insecurities and not knowing myself and not loving myself. I have my traumas, and I share my story in depth with them. It allows them then to receive the lessons, right? And be empowered to take the journey to then help themselves to get to the next level. And that's how I never thought that my life journey will bring me to this place where I can help these women. I always, you see yourself in your story. Oh, poor me, there's nothing to me. I never knew my poor me journey is now empowering other ladies to say you can come out on the other side of poor me.
Absolutely. Perfect. It comes back to remaining quiet. I know we are in societies where some of the subject matters that was just referenced, some people carry it to the grave. And then you have traumatic young adults walking around wondering why. I know of some things in my communities. And you know, as you get older, you just didn't discuss it. And now you have to figure out how to navigate existing trauma. And thus, it's the reason why you have platforms like this. Because if you think you was alone, open your mouth. And you will see the consensus. Did you have your hand up? No? Okay. You probably will. All right. You want me to do one more? Well, tell me what you want me to do. You know I can do this all day. You want to say something?
Yes.
All right. So she wants to say something. She's going to interject. And
yes. Good evening, everyone. First of all, thank you so much for being here. And like I had said before when we were setting up, I would not have been able to do this without my friends, my sisters, my family. So again, I'd like to say publicly, I appreciate every single one of you, and also those that always come out to support me. My mom is not here today. If she was in better spirits, feeling better, she definitely would be here, but she's always here. Again, thank you. And thank you for sharing your stories, those that have shared. Each one of us have something that resonates with each other. We are all connected. We're all connected. So I just want to say that with me, I don't speak a lot, but I am learning how to open my mouth because I do a lot on paper. I pour my emotions in my art, as you could see, and I interpret them in my own way, but art is for those that behold it. Art is for those that behold it. So say for instance, I am looking at this image right here where you see, when I did it, I saw dancing, I saw freedom, but someone may see a transition from joy to pain or from pain to joy. If you look at the kaleidoscope with the glasses, some may see joy as well, radiating, and some may see that that person is hiding something. So each one of them, it's in when you see it, what you're feeling and how you have interpreted. But for me, each one of them speaks of joy, pain, transition, renewed joy, searching for peace, loving myself, and being surrounded by not just family, but by the Spirit of God as well. So I just wanted to be able to share with you what I do, who I am, a little bit of who I am, and also that Tuesday's my birthday. And I have come a long, long way. And like some of us here have been through trials and tribulations and trauma. And some of us don't realize that something could have happened while you were in your mom's womb that was traumatic, and you still carry it, but you don't realize that you're carrying it. And sometimes when you get as old as I am, or even older, then you start to, why am I doing this? Why am I feeling this way? And it may stem from something from back then, or something that happened when you were in your childhood. So this is really for us to talk about or think about. If you don't want to talk about it today, that's fine. But just to think about, how do we deal with it? Where did it come from? And how do we move forward from here? And I believe that even if we feel joy, some part of that is sadness at times, pain at times. And some people may feel joy all the time, although I can't imagine. Or that's just what I see on social media, that they're claiming that they're joyful all the time. But just for us to be able to share or think about, yes, this is going on, and how do we move on from this point to get to the next. And then today, what I thought about is I would like my story to be able to help someone else. Not just for me. I could be selfish and say, I'm doing this for me, and I just want to, be whole. But it really is for all of us, and I don't see the point in not being able to help each other, because we all do need each other at some point in our lives. So, thank you.
If you don't move, you have no pulse. So Patrice is going to get into some stuff. She's going to make announcements. She's got some exciting things coming up in May, and take it away, girl.
Hello, everyone. Mic check 1, 2, 1. I know, right?
We ain't ready for that one yet.
I know. We're
going to do the Caribbean version.
The fan, right? Yes. I know. They've been asking me for that too. Yeah, that was me, DJ. That probably thing. Go. It's 1. Thank you. All right, we got like 2 more times. Here we go, here we go. No kick, no kick. You're too new, we don't know anything about you, and I'm like, I can only respect it, but keep working and keep moving. Yesterday I was in the domestic violence shelter. One of the most rewarding and still heartbreaking things to do, because I'm there with the women and it's good and they're hugging me and whatever, because unfortunately I've seen some of them the last time I was there. But the 1-year-old, 2-year-old, 3-year-olds, it's hard seeing them. Thank God they're usually very happy, so that helps me seeing them happy. But to think about it and people telling me their alias name, their witness protection name and so on. We are out here, we can walk about and interact and so on. And maybe, somebody in this room may have experienced that. I haven't, but I'm always a person that I don't have to go through it to understand and to feel it and to help.
Our mission trip, being the health and wellness director of the Stewart Foundation, I'm also international representative for the Stewart Foundation. We have collaborated with I can't remember the name of the organization, but it's a Guyanese Youth Foundation in Guyana, and we will be going on a mission trip in October 24th to the 31st. But it's not just the Youth Foundation, it's also Morehouse School of Medicine doctors will be going as well. And we will have leadership classes for the youths, parental involvement classes for the parents. We have donated on behalf of Advanced Urology Group medical supplies and equipment that have the container just recently reached Guyana. And the doctors will be giving CME classes on colorectal surgery, cancer awareness, and there are quite a number of things that we'll be doing when we go to Guyana. And the donation that we have gotten will go to New Amsterdam Hospital in Guyana, and that's where I was born. Oh. So I'm really happy about that. So the money that we raise for the raffle will go as part of donations for us to do that, to travel, to be able to help others, not just here, but also in Guyana. And if you want to donate, you can still do. And for those that signed up and filled out the form for my newsletter, I'll share the link where you can go and donate. So any amount is good. So the winner of first of all, let me just show the piece that I'm gonna be raffling. Because
it looks familiar.
because it's a trip, is for the mission trip. This is the piece that we'll be raffling off today.
Oh, I used to live right here.
So the winner is number 8.
Look, lift up your frog, lift up the
number
chair.
8 was number,
Lee, you going to Guyana, man? You going to Guyana, Lee?
So congratulations.
All right.
Sir.
We're going to have to drop Lee off. He's going to have his camera. Yeah.
The most amazing lady.
Yes.
So share a tradition or cultural practice that has been healing for you. And see, this is where y'all going right back home. As I said, where your neighbor's string cut. Because, you know, they can take us out of our country, but it stays with us. You know, a lot of us come here as a child, and there's just some things you still do, right? You go, I just left a tea party. We've been tearing up the tea all afternoon. As my grandmother just said, me got to catch up my stomach. Right? So there's stuff y'all still do, your little bush tea, right? Calm your nerves. If you get fever, you got fever grass, you ain't got pills. I mean, it's a plethora of things we were born with, right? Our little village like me. And some of those things I said, you know, I can come to America, but you ain't gonna take Guyana out of me. So if y'all want to share and let somebody hear something that your grandmother, like me, I grew up with my grandmother after my mother left. And there's a lot of things that I grew up with. And it's still to this day, I just gotta look for the bush tea. Who has the mic? Oh, go ahead, Linda.
So for me,
can we hear you? Is it on? They can.
Can you hear me?
Stop. They can hear you.
Can you
stand
up?
Can you stand up? Stand.
Okay. All right. So for me, it is bush tea. So I started to do this during COVID. A couple of members of my family got the COVID bug, and I didn't want to get it. So I started to boil bush. So and I'm gonna give y'all my recipe. So I shared it with you. I give you some of my bush. Right? I remember when you had it, right? So I have a thumb size of turmeric, a thumb size of ginger, 8 cloves, a stick of cinnamon, a half of a lemon if you want, or lemongrass if you want, honey to taste, some conga pump. You know conga pump? No. Right? They call it trumpet bush. What is it? Pump. Yeah, I mean my brew. I call it my brew. Okay, it works. Conga pump and tisam. Y'all know tisam?
I know tisam.
You know tisam?
Yeah.
Okay. Tisam and sweet broom in one pot. I boil it all up and I drink it all day long. And I have never touched wood with the wood. Never got any COVID. Never got. You know what, Neville? Really, Neville?
Neville, you ain't right.
Really, Neville?
Thank you for sharing. Anyone else? Let me get another island or another country. Let me hear what y'all got. Donna, go ahead. Go ahead, Donna.
Okay. All right, everybody. Well, I just recently returned from London, and that's right. Yes, done London. I just returned from London a couple of days ago, and I had an experience that was very overwhelming for me, and it made me realize that what was in me from the age of 4 years old. I realized that I was an artist from the age of 4. So my friend's mother, she was going to London, and I decided to draw 2 pictures for her, and she took it to London with her. Now, that's about almost 60 years ago. I was 10. And so I went to visit her. She passed on, and I went to visit my friend, right? And they had those 2 pictures. Her mother had those 2 pictures there, and she gave it to me. And I looked at it and I said, oh my God, this thing was always in me, you know? It was always in me. And then when I looked at it, the type of art that I did then is what I'm doing now. You know, the 3-dimensional art.
Yeah.
And I never saw it anywhere because it wasn't like that in Guyana. Yeah. I picked up scraps and little pieces of paper and all kinds of things and come up with my own idea. And when I look at it, I really saw myself. I saw my art that came from my heart. That's why I named my collection Art from the Heart. It was the same 3-dimensional. I sit down and I saw it was of a boy and a girl, and I sew clothes onto them and put it on the paper, and that's exactly what I'm doing right now.
Yeah. Well, it never leaves you. It never leaves you.
Talking about the bush tea. I want to know where you got conga pump from.
Probably Georgetown Market.
You kidding me?
Border.
No, I'm talking about here.
Well, I went to Ghana, but
Oh, now you're talking. So you were saying, you got any here? We will talk.
Yes.
We shall. Yeah. We shall collaborate. Now with bush tea now, I grow rosemary. So I have my rosemary tree out there, and I have my cloves, and I have cinnamon sticks and orange peel.
Yes.
And I keep that boiling going, and and it keeps me ticking. And my son, one of my sons is a trucker, so he running on me this morning, so he was able to get his bush tea to start his day, and a bottle or two to carry back when he goes back. So I always have. And apart from the bush, my fry up okra gotta be. Give me fry up okra every day, every day, every day.
All right.
Love it.
All right, Lisa.
One of the things that I love, on a Friday as a child, my mom would cook metem G. And metem G, for those that are not Guyanese, it's cassava, sweet potato, yams, dashin, edo, a bunch of starch, ripe plantains, and then they make also. Oh no, I'm not from the country.
Where are we going? Which island or country are we going to? Go Barbados.
So this is a country girl. I'm a country girl, so hailing from the east coast of Barbados, the
All
parish
right.
of St. John.
Yes.
Born and raised in
Yes.
College Land, St. John, which has one of the oldest cathedrals.
Yes.
Right in College Land. Listen, College Land, St. John. It is not St. Philip.
Why you not telling y'all where she from?
Right, exactly. So I was thinking about this. I was at a prayer breakfast this morning, and they were saying about home names. We all grew up with a nickname. And a lot of people in here, like even my close, compadres in United Barbados and Georgia don't know my nickname, but I have a nickname. It has nothing to do with my first, my middle, my nothing name. Your dad or somebody give you a name. Listen. Between me and you, I gotta tell you before we leave here. But those are some of the things that run through, right? Intricately. You will hear somebody say Pat, Leslie, Mia, this, whatever, Maggie. And it has nothing to do with Andrea. It has nothing to do with anything. I just tell you Maggie. Maggie is my nickname.
Lord.
So where I was heading with that, last week we had an event. And it was a person that I invited, grew up in New York, knew her. And she said Maggie. And it was just a sweet, sweet sound of my name.
Oh.
But then the other thing that I know we all are familiar with as well is those holidays and what it comes with.
Yeah.
Killing a pig, getting the meat ready, cleaning up the house, getting new furniture, putting up your curtains.
Yeah.
Right? Getting the place clean and bleaching down the yard and sweeping the yard with that broom.
Yes.
And making it clean with making some nice lines in the yard.
little things.
The little
things that make us.
So those are some things that I still do. It's something that I always did for my family. I never bought individual Christmas gifts for my kids. I would always do something that the whole family could enjoy, whether it be a trip or something for the house, new furniture, new curtains. That's what keeps my thread with my sweet, sweet home, Barbados.
I love it. Thank you. Everybody see who you are. And thank you all for coming out to support your sister, Kim. And, what you all experience here, we do it on Zoom. We do it at our events. And we just love hearing about those stories. You know, Kim, congratulations. We know it's been in you. We know it has. And with anything, people talk about somebody tugging and pushing and bringing you to this right here. It was sitting in your house, taking up space, covered up. And now, this is not your first audience, but this is you and what they know that you are capable of. I'm proud of you. I know you call and we said, let's do it, you know, and you have so much more. Outside of corporate America, I tell people you can give corporate America 8-10 hours of your time, you still got more time in a day. And you give yourself that time. And what's for you is for you. I think we tend to forget that. Don't live in other people's shadow. You have your own. Don't look in your back, your front, or nothing. As I say, you stand on your own business and mind it. So, congratulations. I cannot say that enough. We've got more coming up. We've got some trips coming up. And you have the last word. And it was my honor to host this for you.
Thank you. Thank you, Serena. I am honored to know you. I've known you for years. And I thank you for the encouragement, the motivation. And actually, all of you guys motivate me. Every single one of you, when I speak to you, casually or not, there's always some word, some advice that you give me, some help that you've reached out to me. So I thank all of you as well. I would especially like to thank DJ Hayes. He's always there, always there for me, whether it's lending an ear or coming out to play some music. And Tanya, his wife, as well, beautiful. I'd also like to thank TWIG Publishing.
Yep.
Yes.
Man, Lee.
Yes, the person, the interviewer. And if anyone would like to know more about his business, to hire him, to get your videos that he's done this evening, you just need to scan the QR code on this card. Pass it over. Also, thank you to the Guyana Association members, every single one of them. Always pitching in, whether it's to help my children, and there are many of you that have, my mom, especially this evening, my family as a whole. The Guyana Association has been there. The Guyana Association members have been there. I mean, really. So, thank you. Stewart Foundation members, my sisters, my brothers, Stewart Foundation members. Thank you so much for being there. And Sharon and Antoinette pitching in every single time. I don't usually ask. I have a habit of trying to do it on my own. But they're there to push me to change. So thank you. And last minute, Yolande. Thank you so much for coming and pulling through. Love Allison, my cousin. I'm Gray Zandy. I'm a Gray Zandy. Wow. Through and through. My brother moved back. The last time we did this, it was my younger brother. And now is my older brother, not older than me, I'm the oldest. But thank you, Chris. My daughter and my granddaughter for being good this evening.
Even though she's here.
Thank you,
Your daddy.
Hadia. You're coming into your own.
Yeah.
Yes. Miss Preacher. Yes. And Tiffany, my forever friend and sister, coming up at the last minute to pray. Pastor Dr. Tiffany Anisette Pringle. So proud of you. And Donna, I'm looking forward to our partnership. Yes, yes, I know it will go well. And also my cousins from Addictive Flavor Blend restaurant in McDonough, they came through and cooked. Yes, and Esther, as well as, oh gosh, I don't know why I'm forgetting her name right now. Ingrid, Esther and Ingrid, and I think the other Joycelyn is gone, but yes, all of them. And even though my mom is not well, she was still giving orders. And my dad, of course, number one, for running around, taking those orders. So thank you so much. I feel that this was a successful event.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And we're going to do it again next year, and every year, making it bigger, and including everyone. And a special thank you to the owner of Adore Decor Events.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Beautiful place. Thank you so much. Very accommodating. Thank you. And I believe that's it for tonight. You could still browse. Happy birthday.
How do I go about purchasing? Take the tag to the desk. Should I get my bag? Yes.